Okay, and as the players start to join their teams, we're going to begin this first game with Arn Dorf versus Kulenovići, and it'll be interesting to see who starts this game strong, but a good kickoff opportunity going the way of Kulenovići quite early, with Mizzy A's just trying to bait this one out, passes it center to I'm Muslim, and intent straight off the bat, we're getting an immediate start with pressure, but Sino baiting out into the 50. I'm Muslim, little boost there, not really able to make much of a play. Vladimir coming in and immediately challenging on that left-hand corner, trying to get a play developing, but nothing coming through as of yet.
Exactly, we started off with a very early pressure, but they quickly we just saw an on goal, I'm Muslim just tried to clear the ball away, but that was a very unfortunate start for Arn Dorf.
Yeah, this really isn't obviously the start that they're going to want to have immediately within the first kind of 35 seconds of the match. We're getting an own goal, and that's always difficult to try and pick up from those situations, but they'll need to do so. They'll need to reset mentally. Muslim would just need to ignore the previous mistake that he's made and just try and pull back that goal, but immediately, again, the pressure just starts building from Arn Dorf, and Kulenovići are forced back into their corner.
Exactly, and we just started. I mean, there's 4 minutes left, so it's like nothing happened at all, so you don't really want to let these kind of mistakes get you, because we have just started. Like I said, you still have plenty of time left, so you really want to forget about it and just move on.
Yeah, Muslim just popping it up there into the air, but Fritzo being the first player to attack that. Sino trying to get it center, but nobody following on this Kulenovići team. And Vladimir with a great 50, pushing it off into the corner, and it's going to be difficult for Mizzy A's to try and save that one. Fritzo again trying to keep this pressure on, passing it towards Sino, and it's going to drop down dangerously now into the middle. Vladimir trying to position his car, but Tarded Lad just coming over the top there just to stop that play developing.
Almost, they're just having a lot of pressure going on right there. Just all started after that, maybe just an on goal. Now just an infield pass coming from Sino, and Vladimir putting the ball in. Nobody's home, and that's going to do it. 2 goals lead.
Yeah, and that's a great pass play there. Vladimir to Sino, Sino back into Vladimir, and it's so difficult to get those passes off. To see it from a team at this level is quite good execution, really. Fantastic little bit of play. And 2-0 up early on into this game, and now Arn Dorf are forced to chase this lead, this deficit that they're now trying to claw back.
Sino, we have seen him going for a lot of aerials, just really feeling confident.
Yeah, and I think considering how this game started, they're going to feel confident, obviously. Arn Dorf haven't really got themselves into it too much yet. Mizzy is just picking up that corner boost, but struggling to get back now, and it's going to be a good pass center. Fritzo just pulling back a little bit too early. He's going to look to go for a little bit of an air dribble. Instead, opts to let the ball drop, and this is where Sino can get a big clear out. Not able to get the best one he would have hoped for. Muslim is going to get an easy clear here with Vladimir just trying to chase, but a miss from him, and an almost fake there coming through from Muslim, not quite managing to bait out the last defender there, but it was a great little play, and it just goes to show they've got their confidence back a little bit from that first mistake that they had.
Now Tread Lad just trying to pass it for Easy and Sino coming once again, denying the pass, and here he goes Vladimir with another shot, and Fritzo trying to double taps it in. It's not gonna be there. Now Sino trying to center the ball. They're just not really letting go of the ball anymore. It's just really looking for more goals at this point. They're looking really confident. They had a perfect start, and now they're just holding in, just trying to keep on with this kind of momentum going.
Yeah, they're not making too many double commits as well, which is really meaning that all the players are back where they need to be, and they're up front when they need to be as well. There's not many problems that they're facing at the moment in the midfield, not many problems they're facing on the offense, and at the moment it just doesn't really feel like Kulenovići are being forced into many difficult situations by this Arn Dorf team.
Now there is huge opening now. Muslim is there to punish. Nobody was home. Once again, we're seeing a lot of open nets goal in game 1.
Yeah, and it's an extremely play there from Muslim. Cuts into the midfield from one player, and then immediately cuts back in to take the shot on target. Completely breaks down the defense there from Kulenovići, and it didn't really look like it was going to happen anytime soon. So it's impressive to see 2-1, as it really did look like Kulenovići were going to take an even bigger lead. But now, within 1 goal, Arn Dorf have the opportunity to pull this one back.
Sino with another pass, but this time it's gonna be cleared away. Now Fritzo trying to clear it away. And Vladimir with a demo, this is gonna be securing to give it like less pressure coming from Arn Dorf at this point. Just 1 minute left, and Arn Dorf, they're just really showing that maybe they're just really stepping up now. Fritzo trying to get that double tap, and here he goes. Sanyo trying to get that cleanup. It's not gonna be there. Just once again lacking a bit of accuracy.
Yeah, and the accuracy hasn't really been there from either team at the moment. We saw the own goal for the first goal, and then the second goal was a relatively simple one for Sino to score, and not really too many issues early on in this game so far. But I'm Muslim popping the ball back to Tardid Lad, but Tardid Lad not able to get it over Fritzo, and Fritzo has the opportunity to pass it center, does so. Sino waiting there. I'm Muslim just cutting out the play, and Sino's going to look just to shadow defend. He needs to do so, but a good little edge will come in the way of Miziez. Not able to get any kind of shot on target or any pass, but a great pass to center. And Tardid Lad with 10 seconds left ties up the game, and it was just completely against the run of play. A great pass coming through from I'm Muslim, and then Tardid Lad there with the early read, forcing it underneath the crossbar there, and 2-2 in the first game. We could be going to overtime.
A beast coming after nowhere, putting the ball in. He saw the opening going on. He was right there to punish, and here you go, just forcing game 1 to be in overtime. And Losino finds a shot, but it's gonna be easy, barely clearing the ball away. Now they're just still keeping the ball alive.
Yeah, and this time forcing the ball down. Fritzo does not want to allow the play to continue, especially on into their own half. We're seeing the overtime in the first match of the day, which is always nice to see. It's good to see when two teams are evenly matched up. Sino trying to get the ball passed into center. Muslim missing that big time. And Mizzy needs to clear the lines here, but ball going center, and Sino can't reach it quickly enough as Fritzo tries to put it over to the other side. This is going to allow some pressure to come the way of Arn Dorf now as the ball goes towards the corner post for Kulenovići. Drops straight center for Tardid Lad, but not a great shot. Muslim with the follow, and they could take the lead there, but not able to. Not the strongest of shots. Would definitely be hoping for better next time. And as a bump comes through, Sino trying to get it to Vladimir. Vladimir will try and take the shot, passes it off onto the backboard, and Sino's trying to read, but can't get that one.
Now Vladimir and Sino just came out of nowhere. Are you kidding me? The moment you think they are done from the ball, they're just always coming out of nowhere. Look at them, it just came out of the walls.
Yeah, Sino pulling off a ridiculous goal there for the final goal of the first game. And he really was a pivotal player for those two teams. Absolutely fantastic. And it's good to see two teams starting off as strong as they possibly can. But they'll definitely be looking to improve the more they progress into these matches. Sino at the moment really is trying to hold up this Kulenovići team. Both players, Vladimir and Fritzo, know they're capable of putting in a bit more of a performance. So they'll be looking to get a few more team plays in, and we might be seeing an even better performance coming out from Kulenovići in the next game.
Exactly. I mean, it started very slow. It started with an own goal, and then like it followed up by 2 open net goals. So it's basically it was nothing. But later on, it just really picked up. It really got picked up. I mean, both teams are really showing a lot of potential. So it could go either ways at this point. As I know, with an early dribble, it's gonna be immediately blocked by I'm Muslim. Now Vladimir tried maybe to send to the wall, but nobody was there to follow it up. It's gonna be Fritzo once again.
Sorry about this. I can't actually join the game, so I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But for the moment, if you just hold down the fort and I'll keep trying to join.
Now third Vlad. Maybe trying to have center and Sino, not to the best touch, but nobody was there to punish once again. And now third Lad looking for the pass. Now easy. Trying to have a center ball. Really liking the consistency and also the pressure just going on from both sides. Definitely better than game 1. Now easy. Trying to get the read very early. Now Traded Lad is there to punish, but nobody, never mind, it's gonna be Sino once again, just saving the day. We're seeing a lot of challenges happening in infields, but still nobody was there to follow it up. So like nobody really expecting such a center, but we're seeing a really good speed in those challenges. I mean, they're still able to win those challenges for Arn Dorf. They're just managing to keep the ball on the orange side for so long. Here you go, just Sino is gonna be the first to break the silence. After that demo, maybe just in the corner, disturbing the defense, and that's gonna create the opening that is definitely needed. And Sino, once again, really showing up. Now Vladimir trying to handle this very slowly, maybe looking for the pinch. Seeing really nice passes coming from Kulenovići, but they're just immediately stopped by Arn Dorf. They're just really holding on the control of the midfield. They're just barely letting anything come across. Vladimir looking for the back pass. Nobody was expecting it once again. Now Fritzo trying to find Sino, and I'm Muslim clearing the ball away. Here you go, just Vladimir looking for the touch. Once again, it's gonna be off target, and Sino securing it and just going on 2 goals lead. I'm really liking this passing play. Like, even in the defense, they're just not really always going for solo plays. They're just looking for more creative ways to get the ball out of their own half, and also it just once they have the possession of the ball, they just keep going for these passing plays. Maybe they didn't really put the ball in from the first touch, but there was Sino once again. Now all of a sudden, this kind of sounds like basically just looking like game 1 for Kulenovići.
Apologies about that, guys. I am now back in the game, so I'm going to be able to help Rydro with the casting there. Thank you so much for doing that by yourself for the time being.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, and again, although I can't comment too much on the match, from what I've been hearing, especially with your casting and what I'm seeing from the scoreboard, again, Sino really is the pivotal player for this Kulenovići team. It really is the person holding down the fort, both in offense and defense. And as I say that, demo coming out from Fritzo, and this is going to be a relatively open goal, but Muslim coming through with a good save there. Sino up early, pushing it onto the sidewall, is going to look to re-get it. And Tarded Lad with a big miss. He's going to try and get a block on to Easy, but can't do so. And Fritzo here needs to get a clear and does so straight into the path of Sino, who takes it over to the side, goes for a shot, and Muslim there for the block. Vladimir coming in again, getting the demo, but not getting the touch on the ball.
Muslim once again just getting the ball out of their own half. The touch was very close to be there. Once again, Muslim. There you go. Muslim just trying to put the ball in, but once again, just the defense holding on very strongly for Kulenovići.
Yeah, and as the ball gets past center, it's a great opportunity, and squeezing it into the bottom left-hand corner. Tarded Lad follows up the pass from Mizzy Easy there, and such an easy shot with a miss coming through from Sino. Vladimir trying to avoid the bump, and Tarded Lad with an easy goal and cutting it within 1 goal in this game now, and they have 23 seconds left just to try and pull this one back.
Maybe just flashbacks from game 1. I mean, they tied up the game at the last 9 seconds, so who knows, maybe they can do it again. I mean, we have seen great pressure coming from them. Maybe they're just not really looking for these passes. They're just like beating their opponents on their challenges in their own half and just winning those 50s as well, but still the ball just not really in a good place for a follower. Just nobody is really expecting such a pass.
Yeah, and at the moment, Kulenovići are just making better chances. They're creating more possibilities on the field with the time they've got on the ball. We're seeing players moving upfield, getting ready for the passes, getting ready for the bumps, getting ready for the demos, whereas Arn Dorf, they're just not really finding the team plays coming through just yet. We did see the pass coming through from Izzy Easy to Tarded Lad earlier on in later on in the match, sorry, but they just couldn't pull back the equalizer, and that's really going to be the separating factor between Kulenovići and Arn Dorf here. Kulenovići are just being clinical in every element of the field at the moment, but Arn Dorf not really able to capitalize on their chances, and they're often finding themselves almost wasting the ball a little bit, just throwing the ball upfield and not really making too much of it. They need to try and control it more if they're going to beat out this Kulenovići team.
And this is game 3. It has always been just 1 goal difference, so it is their only time for them to bounce back. Game 3 could be the most important one.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously with the 4-game series, if they lose this one, they have lost against them altogether. It's as simple as that. This is their last opportunity they have to pull this one back, as Tarded Lad tries to go for the second touch in the air to try and put that back on target. But a good pass over from Sino to Fritz, and Vladimir's going to try and get it off of the sidewall as Sino tries to put it back into center for Fritz. Fritz challenging out Muslim there, doing it well and getting the shot on, but a good block coming the way of Tarded Lad there, and he's going to need to try and get back again. He's going to stop the eventual follow-up on Sino, but Mizzy Easy there, passing it into the corner for Muslim, following up again, getting it off of that backboard. This is Tarded Lad's opportunity, but just falling a little bit short of that opportunity.
Sino, maybe looking for the center right there. He's gonna be tapping it out, and Vladimir with a pre-jump, unable to get to the ball. And the defense also starting very strong, coming from Arn Dorf in this game.
Yeah, as Mizzy Easy tries to put it back into the path of Muslim, but this is going to be open if Fritz can get the double, but it doesn't matter because Vladimir's there for the follow-up, and again, we're seeing Kulenovići take the lead in the match. They've done so in every game so far. They've been the ones to take the lead, always going 2-0 up. First game, obviously, match was pulled back to 2-2. Second game, 2-1. It'll be interesting to see if they can score the second goal and have no response from this Arn Dorf team this game.
Every time they just, if somebody just maybe misses a shot, and there's always somebody there for the cleanup, and that is exactly what is happening from Kulenovići from game 1.
Yeah,
the aggression coming from Arn Dorf, it seems to be really there. I mean, if you look at the shots in game 2, it was 7 shots, basically even more than Kulenovići, but yet still it just seems to be lacking of a very important key, which is like a very productive aggression, where it would be creating good opportunities for your teammates, maybe to just go for a follow. Just even the passing play wasn't really there at all.
Yeah, it really wasn't there. And as Muslim tries to get a clear, ball goes towards center, and Sino's there to try and get the shot on, and Tarded Lad just popping it over the top there of Vladimir as Fritz gets a good 50 in the center field. And again, Muslim trying to follow that one up, but another good 50 sends it the way of Arn Dorf's defense. And now this is where the pressure is going to mount up as Vladimir tries to get the dunk over Fritz. So just missing that one. Now it's a 2-on-1 opportunity, trying to get the pass center, but Sino there blocking out the shooting opportunity. Mizzy Easy getting it off the ceiling, getting it off of the backboard, sorry, but nothing coming to fruition for either team.
Kulenovići are looking so clean, like even in the defense and the offense. It looks like it will be very hard to actually take it down, especially when you're a team like you're not even having any kind of team play going on. There seems to be like almost no communication whatsoever in the offense. Like you have these challenges and also the aggression going on, but still you can't really find anything very useful for your teammates. So it just kind of creates that kind of frustration, where it just seems like there's nothing that you could ever do seems to be enough.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel like it's enough. As another good pass off of the backboard comes in, Tarded Lad jumping a little bit too early, and it's going to be an easy clear here, except we're seeing Mizzy Easy coming in, trying to stop any play developing. Really doesn't want to take this to a 2-goal lead for this Kulenovići team. And as we see Tarded lad just going for the boost. He leaves the ball to do it, bumps his own teammate, and this is where problems can arise. Fritzo with a great 50 there, tries to put it center for Vladimir, does so perfectly, and 2 goals to the good with only a minute remaining, and it's happened in every game so far. They've gone 2-0 up, and goals have been scored against them. It will be good to see if they can hold on to this 2-0 lead now.
That was a tough pass to clear. I mean, it got off the last man in the back, just standing right in front of the goal line. And Vladimir, every time he's there for the cleanup touches, just really incredible plays coming from Kulenovići.
Yeah, as Vladimir tries to get the clear off of the backboard, can't do so. Fritzo looking to take it around the side. He's going to be met by Muslim, but a 50 on his way. And Tarded lads put it center for the opposition as Sino tries to get a shot on Vladimir, trying to keep the air dribble going. Looks for the shot into the bottom corner, and Muslim forced to get a clear away.
Almost, he just wished that he had a bit, maybe more boost than that. I mean, it was exactly what they needed, and now Sino, he gets the goal that Vladimir maybe that once was looking for, and that's gonna do it for game 3. I mean, there's like no way you could ever bounce back in 23 seconds unless maybe you just get kick-off goals, which is very rare to see in 3v3.
Yeah, I think 3 kickoff goals would be a miracle, but as we say that, the first kickoff goal coming the way of Arn Dorf, and Caster's curse. We didn't expect the kickoff goal to happen, but Muslim read that absolutely perfectly.
It all just took 2 seconds.
Well, now they could potentially pull it back with another kickoff goal here, as Muslim tries to get the shot on target, but can't find the goal, and this is going to be problematic for them. They don't have long to try and pull this back, and with only 10 seconds remaining, Muslim can't find the target. Fritzo has all the time in the world to waste a little bit of time here, take away the pressure, gets a good pass center, almost finding the second touch as Sino goes up early, and he's looking to read, and they're looking to shut out this game. As the
Vladimir
ball
just
still in the air. Alive. It just doesn't want to drop.
Just Kulenovići, they're never letting go of the ball until they're actually done. Now Sino almost get that angle, and that's gonna do 3-0 in game 3. And they also have 3-0 in the series result as well.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, it's 3-1. They got that kickoff goal.
Yeah, they did get the kickoff goal. 3-1 in the games, and like you say, 3-0 in the series, and it is pretty much a whitewash here from Kulenovići. They've looked like the stronger team coming straight out of the gates, and they're staying and remaining the stronger team. As we progress into the 4th game, it'll be interesting to see who takes this one if Arn Dorf are able to get a goal back here.
You know what makes it interesting, because in the beginning we had very close games, always just 1 goal difference, and now in game 3 it just looked even more chaotic. Seems like maybe they're just giving up as soon as they got maybe conceded 2 more goals, and where just things looked almost impossible, even though they just had the aggression. But I'm just like keep saying this over and over, but it is actually true. Like they are a team that is having the solid aggression, but still just seems to be really frustrating for them. But hopefully at least maybe in game 4 they'd get at least 1 point.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see how they've started off. They've started a lot stronger than they finished the last few games. But as I say that, Mizzy Easy coming out with a miss there, and Sino's needing to retreat back as Mizzy Easy tries to get a flick over towards Tarded Lad, and a good pass center in. It could open up the scoring, but this time we see Fritzo coming through for the save. Pass through to Sino. Sino trying to find the target there, not able to, as a good pass goes towards Muslim, and Sino needing to clear, can't get it over the final man, and Muslim trying to put it back center again.
Really liking the team play coming up from Arn Dorf, and now Mizzy Easy get the finishing touch. They seem to be trying their best to find others, and now it seems to be really working. I mean, they have the aggression, but it seems to be lacking the team play. Now I think that's gonna do it. That is the solution for Arn Dorf. Is just have the aggression and pressure going on, but still, just the team play, that's what seemed to be really lacking.
Yeah, and we said it earlier on in the series that they needed the team play. Great drop down there. Sino getting credit for the goal, but a great pass from Sino initially, and Frizz with a great read down. And Sino just making sure that goes into the goal. I don't think he needed to touch that, but nevertheless, they tie up the game 1-1 with less than 20 seconds since the last goal was scored.
Exactly, and it has always been Kulenovići getting the early lead, but this time seems to be Arn Dorf. But Kulenovići, they're just there to answer back so quickly.
Yeah, Fritz trying to put it beside Tarded Lad there, and Sino just getting a block on, and Muslim's going to try and get the shot in a second, but Mizzy coming through, and Sino just getting the block out. He's going to look to take this out as well and get a pass center, but nobody from his team is there, and it's met early in the air by an Arn Dorf player in Muslim. And this time, Mizzy trying to get the ball back into the center, but the pressure just isn't coming through from Arn Dorf at the moment. They had every possibility to get a second goal this game, and Sino putting it across his goal very dangerously there. And a good follow-up here is really needed from Kulenovići, but nothing coming through.
There also seems to be more space that needed for Kulenovići. I mean, they're just letting these shots come like back and forth so many times, and this is really dangerous.
Yeah, Mizzy though, clearing the backboard easily for him. Fritzo challenging Tarded Lad in the center, trying to break down the play, and Fritzo is going to be forced to try and make another play. Instead, opts for this mid boost, doesn't get it, goes back towards goal, and then we're seeing Vladimir. Good little pinch out, just taking some of the pressure away from their defense. Sino missing the ball, but it doesn't matter. Fritz is there for the follow-up, and this time a little more pressure coming the way of Kulenovići.
It's a very close game. It kind of feels like, once again, just like in game 1, maybe like in overtime. Oh, it's a shot from Sino. Everybody seems to be very slow in the defense right there. I'm not sure how they just did kind of such a ball to go through. I mean, there was like maybe 2 defenders very close to it. Disastrous ending for Arn Dorf. As soon as they get that early lead, Kulenovići are just so quick to answer them. Now the lead is just stolen.
Yeah, Kulenovići have just been so clinical. Like you say, they've just been so fast on the response to pretty much everything, but a bad infield pass, but a great save from Fritz there. Not entirely intentional, but it doesn't matter. Blocks the goal perfectly, and Sino needs to get this one out. And a team bump coming through to clear the lines, and it's one of the only times you're going to see a double commit really actually saving the day.
Exactly. I mean, Sino had 0 boost at his deck, unable to get any higher. Now Mizzy finding the space and putting the ball in.
Yeah, Mizzy allowed to come from his own backfield, taking the ball from the center, and an open goal allows this Arn Dorf team to claw back the equalizer. A minute 24 remaining, and considering how these teams are playing, there is every opportunity for this to go to overtime.
Exactly. For Kulenovići, I mean, they're just having this some kind of struggle when it comes to the defensive rotation. I've seen them having a lot of openings so many times in this game.
Yeah, and Asino tries to get the ball towards this Arn Dorf goal. Vladimir coming out with a bump on Mizzy, but actually bumping him into the ball. And 0 boost from Muslim, but still managing to make the play develop here, just baiting out all of the defenders. Tarded Lad's going to try and get another pass in, but very limited boost from all of the defense and all of the offense, and it just feels as if the play is just so slow at this point in time as they try and clear their lines. I'm Muslim trying to get a shot on target, knowing full well there is nobody back in defense, as I believe it's Vladimir there trying to get a big clear.
See, they're just getting really comfortable in game 4. I mean, they got their 3 points so far, and I'm sure they're also still very confident. But there's another open net, and I'm Muslim getting that soft touch to put the ball in, and that's going to be a goal lead in 21 seconds only.
Yeah, and Muslim, like you say, with the open goal, you don't expect to see it, but at this point in time, Kulenovići are taking the victory anyway, so they're not too fussed about this game, but they would have obviously liked to every single match they're playing. It gives them an enormous amount of confidence leading into the future games they're going to have to play. But nevertheless, Tarded Lad there, beaten in the midfield. Vladimir is just trying to keep this ball alive, but Muslim is trying to get a 4th goal might be able to do so, gets the pass towards the center, but as the ball drops, we see Kulenovići taking the series 3-1 in quite dominant fashion, really.
Exactly, like I said, it could have been gone either ways. It has always been one goal difference, but it just all came down to game three. It looked more even more chaotic.
Yeah, it really did. They were playing quite a strange defensive position in there, Kulenovići. Quite often they were caught with no people back on the rotation, and that's going to be a real struggle against some of the other teams in this league, because they're just going to find it a little bit more problematic, especially when they come up against the teams that have good, solid rotations, especially on offense, because they'll be caught out with little boost each week. But a good performance here. They were unlucky not to win that last game as well and get a complete sweep, but Arn Dorf, credit to them, they came back stronger, especially in that final game, pulling off some good passes, some good team plays, and finally seeing a bit more of the Arn Dorf that we expected to see today.
Exactly. And I'm hoping to see maybe more of these passing plays going on next time we get to see them playing. I mean, they looked very promising with these with this kind of aggression passing play. It just seems to be they're never really letting go of the ball, so it just eventually it will always just break the defense and create this kind of opening to have that goals going on.
Yeah, so obviously with this first series of the day, we see it going Kulenovići's way 3-1. The next series we're going to be seeing is Insidious versus Karnos, and that is going to be one amazing game for us to watch. Yeah, but before we jump into the Insidious game versus Karnos, we're going to be taking a short 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere. Allow yourself some time. Get some water. Go to the toilet if you need to, but come back because this is going to be some great Rocket League to watch next.
Lips, it tasted like those cigarettes. Staring at the moon, we'd go to bed. In my arms, you're safe and sound, without a threat. And I can't wait to see what happens next. How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. Don't know any roads that lead us back home, and I don't know any roads that lead us back home.
And welcome back, everybody. We're about to start our second series. Like we mentioned, we have Insidious versus Karnos eSports. Gonna be a really tough series. We have a lot of high grand champion players right there, so it's you're gonna be definitely expecting even faster gameplay in this series. We're gonna have also Quellos, I believe, and also Harrigan. I've seen these guys playing before. like how I mentioned, I've seen them playing in 1v1 only, but it is a 3v3 game, obviously, but still, their mechanics and the speed, obviously, it will definitely carry over, and I think it's going to be a really tough series, like I said.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolutely incredible. It's going to be an absolutely incredible series. I'm just leaving now. The game, we're just having a few technical issues at the moment, but that match will be straight back up and running, which will be absolutely fantastic. Great to watch, like we've said. We know that we're going to be seeing some high level Rocket League here, and it's going to be really good to watch, especially if these teams have watched the previous games, because they'll know what we've been mentioning in the cast, and they'll know that they need to really look at their defensive rotations, because that is what's been causing a lot of problems for Kulenovići and Arn Dorf there. So they need to make sure that they're not making those same mistakes. Otherwise, it's going to be a difficult match for both of these teams.
Exactly, and there's the only way to find out is just to start this game. And now we're just waiting for the players to show up, and I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, and we're just waiting on the Karnos eSports team. The Insidious team is in at the moment. They're ready. They're raring to go. They're in early. They don't want to waste any time here, but they will have to wait regardless. This Karnos eSports just playing a little bit of a mind game here with Insidious, not joining immediately, making them wait, leaving them a little bit impatient, just seeing if that has an effect on them.
That's a 200 IQ play. You see, like sometimes it not necessarily has to do with the game itself. Sometimes you just really have to do some other creative things.
Yeah, you really do. So sorry about the delay here. We're just still waiting, unfortunately. Obviously, you guys will know immediately once the Karnos esports team joins, because we'll just get straight into the match. I don't think Insidious will be wanting to wait any longer than they need to. But Rydro, what do you think we could be seeing in this match here? Do you think we could be seeing a sweep from either of these teams?
I'm honestly not really expecting a sweep. I'm very like expecting a close series, or if anything else, it's gonna be a tie series. If Insidious gonna be keep holding on the game speed that is coming from Karnos eSports, I think it's gonna be definitely a tie game, like a tie series.
Yeah, I think it definitely could be a tight series. Taking away what we saw from the last match, we definitely expect to see something maybe a little bit more consistent than we were seeing in the last game. We saw a few double commits coming through, a few triple commits, which can sometimes cause massive issues for teams. But here, I think, especially from this Karnos esports team, they're not going to be making any of the mistakes we saw last game. The quality here is just that much higher. The gameplay will be that much faster, and these are the kind of teams you really want to see if you want to improve your own Rocket League abilities.
Here we go, we're starting game 1.
Harrigan starting off early, trying to get it to Kelos in the middle there, but cut out so quickly from Kodro. And Burko into the center, and a great pass to Harrigan, an even better save there. Coming the way of Peepoon, was not allowing that ball to go anywhere on target, but a good pass center from Burko. And again, Kelos not able to find the target.
They're starting off with a lot of passes, but they just completely almost denied every time, or just like they're gonna get saved. The defense is just honestly incredible coming from Insidious. They're also starting very strong, and you know, it just really shows how both of these teams are quality teams, so this series could go either ways.
Yeah, Burko going for the block and a bump from Peepoon, and it's going to be a single man on defense in Kelos. But some good defending here. Could clear the lines, but instead clears it straight to Kodro. And a bad clear out there from this Karnos esports team allows Insidious an early start to the game. Kodro taking the first goal a minute and 10 seconds into this first match.
You know, he tried to do his best to buy sometimes for his teammates, but it all came down from that misstart, and they were just so quick to punish, and that's gonna be a 1-goal lead for Insidious.
Yeah, and Insidious will now just keep trying to push and push and push. We said some of the top quality plays we expect to see from players like Harrigan, but again, we might see one looks to go for a Doomsday Dish off of the backboard, can't reach it, no player to pass to in the center, and Kelos a great beat out there, and Burko is going to try and challenge this one, try and get the play moving still, and Harrigan going for the ceiling shot, gets a good one on target, and double defenders coming out, and Kelos getting it into the top right-hand corner.
Barely any boost remaining in Harrigan, just yet he still made a very threatening touch, and there was Quellos barely putting the ball in. Just that was a really tight angle.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful angle there from Kelos, like we say, and 1-1 and less than 2 minutes into the game, and both of these teams really want this as Harrigan goes for a pass back center, but this has taken the defense out of the play, and a double commit coming the way of Insidious. Good pass center. Burko not doing much with that ball though, and Kelos just carrying AXR there, not really allowing him to make a play, and AXR is going to be stuck on defense, but a good fast aerial from him saves the day, and this is an attempted redirect, almost great from Burko there, and Kelos just trying to come in and help him out there. This is going to bounce down, and Harrigan has demoed one for the efforts in the backfield as Kelos tries to put it center again for Burko here. Burko dropping it down back to Kelos, and this is a great play, but a double commit, and that is not what you want. It was a perfect opportunity to take an extra goal and go 2-1 ahead, but instead the double commit forcing both players into the play and just passing it short of the goal.
And thankfully that double commit, just there was nobody there to capitalize it and just take it to the transition. That drop, it was amazing, but it just, maybe the communication didn't look that clean during that kind of play. But otherwise, it just, their team play is just going on very well so far. I mean, they're just showing a lot of pressure so far, and just really incredible to see. So it's all just a matter of time until the defense would be breaking down for Insidious.
Yeah, definitely. But as we say that, Insidious coming through with some impressive attacks, and it might even be the defense of this Karnos eSports team that is eventually going to break down. As I say that, Kelos getting a good pass into center, getting another good block as well, but can't block it the way of Karnos eSports defense here. And Harrigan tries to clear it high, gets a great pass through over the top as Kodro looks for a mid pass back to AXR. AXR not needing to jump too much. This is going to be a great redirect there from Burko. Perfect redirect. Great pass in as well from Kelos there. But the redirect of dreams from Burko as he just drops it over both of the defenders there. No one able to stop that one. And 2-1 to Karnos.
I'll just two touches basically. One from their own backboard to pass it back to from the midfield, and there was Berko with a redirect, and that's gonna do it. That's just really incredible. I mean, they're just having really good pressure going on in the offense. I mean, the only goal they just conceded was maybe just a bit of miscommunication. We're still seeing maybe miscommunication, also mispositioning, where they're just being so close toward each others. But now Berko just slowly picking themselves up, and that's 2 goals lead, 1 minute left only.
Yeah, and Harrigan with a great double touch from the ceiling there gets the second one, which really destroys the defense of Insidious. And like you say, Burko just coming in just to seal out the deal. But at the moment, Karnos eSports are really playing like a full team, whereas Insidious, they're just trying to encourage 1 or 2 players to join any kind of plays that are developing instead of using and utilizing the entire team for a play. And now this is where they're going to struggle, because instead of having all men back, they've only got 1 and a double commit going into their own corner. But Peepoon is able to get a clear out. AXR is going to look for him again, an attempted redirect there, but Burko is up much earlier than any of the opposition.
30 seconds left only, they're down by 2 goals. And Karnos eSports, they're still looking for more now. Harrigan with a finishing touch. They're definitely looking like a team right now. I mean, they just had maybe a slow start, but still, even though they had a slow start, they still looked very collected from the beginning, and now it is really showing.
Yeah, we knew Harrigan was going to be pulling off some plays. Mentioned Harrigan before these games actually started. We know what they're capable of, and it really has gone to show at the moment, baiting out all of the defense here, taking their time and just not really willing to waste possession of the ball as the clock ticks down from 10 seconds. It's very much a Karnos eSports domination in this first game, as Insidious have just struggled to look like they're getting into it at all.
Exactly, and the game 2, it will be probably the game where it's going to be deciding if they're going to be picking themselves up and just maybe even adapting to this gameplay. They just really need better gameplay and just maybe they're just slowly having their chances, but still, it's just that the only goal they had, it just came from that defensive mistouch coming from Karnos eSports, but still, they just look like a team that they still, even if they just make a mistake, they're still able to move on and just keep doing their best.
Yeah, and they need to keep doing that. But what is worth noting is the 12 shots coming out from this Karnos esports team, but only 3 coming the way of Insidious. Obviously, one of those being a goal. Now, if Insidious keep up shots like that, only producing 2 or 3 shots a game, they're really going to struggle going in, because this Karnos esports team, they're just relentless on the attacks.
Exactly, they really need to do it maybe one more time in game 2. They're having a lot of potentials, like we mentioned earlier. And you know, it's all about keeping up with the momentum. Sometimes you can be doing your best and like, maybe it just could take just that one mistake that could be tilting you and even tilting the entire team. But we're not really, it's gonna be really difficult to get to see it, especially in this kind of level of gameplay. And now Berko with a free shot, basically almost one team just spotted off the back of the crossbar.
Yeah, and this Insidious team look a little bit nervous on the defense at the moment. A lot of the plays they're making are just plays they don't need to make. We see another double commit coming out there. This time we see Harrigan trying to get it center for Kelos. Can't manage it, and AXR is going to need to follow this one up. But with 0 boost, it's so difficult to actually make any sort of play from these.
Now Kulenovići with a shot, and nobody's home to defend, and that's gonna do it for Karnos eSports. Just once again, looking really strong in the offense. They're just going shots back to back, and eventually, like I said, it will definitely break down the defense, no matter how good it is.
Yeah, and it really does. And again, Karnos esports just dominant on the offense. We have seen no shots coming out from Insidious at the moment, and that's mainly because they're attacking individually. They're not attacking as teams. We see Kelos an immediate pass through to center, and that's exactly what we're talking about. That is the type of plays that Insidious are currently missing. They're going for too many solo plays, too many solo dribbles, and we see a triple commit in total. And now this is basically an open net for them.
Kulenovići trying to drop down the ball. They're also really lacking of having effective clears, what we have seen. The ball just basically being stuck in their own half for so long, but now they seem to be maybe just getting a bit better. But even once they take it out of the midfield, like how we mentioned, they're going for a lot of solo plays and not really going for any kind of passes.
Yeah, and we saw it again there. Another attempt at a solo play would have been a better option, just to have passed it over the top of the goal. But instead, solo plays coming out, and solo plays working apparently for Insidious, as Peepoon tries to drop the ball down. Kodro tries to get the ball on target, is going for a shot, instead hits the side wall, gets a perfect pass to AXR in the process, and AXR following that one up and tying up the game 1 goal apiece. And it very much looked like Karnos esports were not going to be conceding anytime soon.
If you looked at their positioning also, like before that goal happens, they seem to be like all over the place, but like in a good way, where like every touch there was somebody else ready to follow it up, and that is maybe exactly what they really needed to do. That's what you definitely need to do if you want to capitalize on the defensive mistakes we're seeing from Karnos esports.
Yeah, and as the ball goes towards the side, Kelos up early, trying to block that one. And Harrigan's going to look at following this, and the mistouch is going to be risky now. Another double commit on the defense here from the side of Insidious, and they're making so many of these that it's only a matter of time before 1 or 2 of them are actually punished.
It is a closer game here in game 2. Honestly, maybe I wasn't really expecting this, because after what I've seen in game 1, it was like changing my mind after saying that it could be a tie series, but who knows? It is really showing right now. I mean, they're just doing so well at adapting. They're still like going for solo plays, but maybe their positioning just slowly getting better for Insidious.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it's improving, but also feels like, I've got to admit, that this Karnos eSports are going for a few more fancier plays than we've seen them go for previously, adding in a few more twists and turns. As we say that, Burko going for the flip reset, getting it, but not really doing much with it. As Harrigan tries to pop it over P-Poon, does so. AXR looking for the pass in this time. Instead, a weak pass leading to no real shot coming through. And Insidious are just forced to try and make slow shots and slow plays and not really developing too much. As I say that, just counting under the crossbar as Harrigan tries to flick this one out with 0 boost, picks up the mid one, and Burko now trying to clear this one out as well. Clears it long and wide onto the backboard, but Kodro there to block it.
Now AXR 0 boost, unable to do much, and now Karnos with the demo. Now Berko immediately challenged by AXR, and once again, just every time they just take the ball out of their own health, they're gonna be 0 boost remaining in his own tank. That is just, you're gonna be having the ball, but still, you're not able to do much with it. It's gonna be an easy clear or just maybe a 50, where you'd be struggling as you just try to get back, because obviously you have 0 boost, so you have no choice but front flipping, and that's gonna be taking a lot of time, so you don't really want to leave your teammates having a 3v2 situation. And now Kodro, 8 seconds, and they finally take the lead.
Yeah, 8 seconds, and now it feels like Karnos eSports have left it a little bit too late, if I'm honest, to pull the victory back in this game. They're going to need an early start. They might even go for a potentially delayed kickoff here just to take control of the ball a little bit, but instead Kelos going for the complete opposite, going for the speed kickoff, trying to cause a bit of a ruckus and a bit of a problem for this team early on. As AXR backflips, Harrigan's going to try and finish it, but can't get it over the defenders. And as it drops down, 1-1 in games now, and as Insidious take the second game of the series.
You really want to get comfortable, but not way too comfortable to the point where you just start underestimating your opponent. And that's, I think, what we have seen from Karnos eSports here in Game 2. We have seen those passes, but still they're just basically pre-jumping and trying to get those flashy plays going. But still, you really want to give it your best shot. We are still just very early in the series, so maybe like if you took 3 wins, just like in the earlier series, maybe that's how you're just gonna be, you know, you're feeling really confident that you're going to be taking the victory, so it really doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, you obviously can't be taking it so easy. You can't just be that relaxed when you're playing against a team like Insidious, because at some point they'll just turn it around. And even though it looks like they won't have the opportunity to score, they will just pull it out of nowhere.
Maybe we're just having a bit of technical difficulties at the moment, until this gets fixed up. Not sure if we're supposed to be keep going at this point, or just maybe even just have to leave for another game, maybe just for a fresh start with XR.
Looks like he's joined back now, yeah, as Insidious took the lead 1-0. I think they'll continue playing. They've been told in the chat that it's a 3 versus 2 until he can rejoin. Both teams were aware of that. Both teams were made plenty aware before that first goal went in, so it's fair to say that the goal will definitely stand there.
That is a very interesting start for Insidious. They had their, they just had their first win. Now they're just having an early lead. Now they just really have to maybe hold into that lead, but still, just 1 goal really want to do at this high level. So you really want to secure it, maybe with 1 or just 2 more goals. And now Harrigan, maybe just winning a 50 right in front of the goal line. Nobody was there. The ball was just slowly bouncing toward the net.
Yeah, and a slow bounce, and you do expect at least 1 defender to be able to make it back in time for a play like that. but maybe the loss of that teammate actually have just thrown both teams off, really, because we saw a little bit of sloppy defending from both teams a second ago, as Peepoon and Kodro with the double commit and the follow-up from Harrigan after a great pass coming through from, I believe it was Burko, but the double commit again, and we said last game that it would end up costing this Insidious team, and it has now.
That's one goal lead they had pretty much early. Now it's completely gone, and now it is Karnos eSports stealing the lead so quickly. Now there's another opening, but Kodro putting the ball off to the other side. Now Harrigan still pushing this for a center ball. Seems to be just coming out of nowhere, trying to keep the ball on the blue side as much as possible.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing pressure really coming out from Insidious as Kelos gets a great save there and tries to take it out again, clears it high and far, and again, there's nobody in defense for Insidious. They had every opportunity to return back to goal there, but a triple commit, and it's the second overcommit from this team that we've seen so far that has led to an easy goal for Karnos eSports, and they need to change that up, especially in this game and their next, if they're going to stand any chance of taking a draw.
Exactly. Maybe it's just whether this, maybe the communication, or just they finally break the pressure and have some breathing room. Yet they still go for a triple commit and just leaving the net completely wide open. Here goes the boom and clear coming from Karnos eSports, and there was nobody home. Obviously, just once again, just 2 goals. Basically, nobody was defending the net, and that's gonna do it for Karnos eSports. Another shot now from Berka with an accidental back pass, and he's there to capitalize.
Yeah, and these are some problems that are happening at the moment. AXR not really being patient, has every opportunity to clear it well, can even take control of the ball, but instead backflip, tries to get a big clear on it, and instead passes it straight into the path of Harrigan, and it's an easy goal for Harrigan to score there.
Berko trying to drop down the ball, but still it's gonna be out to the corner, which is really difficult to make something happen. Now Harrigan trying to follow the ball that Kulenovići had and able to do anything really productive, still having that 3 goals lead.
Yeah, and the 3-goal lead really is helping Karnos eSports here to be a bit more relaxed, as it looks like Harrigan might go for the ball again, instead opts to leave it for Gelos, who's taking it over to the side, just allowing AXR to challenge this ball as Harrigan goes up super early, and the Kodro is forced into a good save, but another shot onto target, and this time nobody in goal, and Burko with a great shot off of the sidewall.
Solid angle off the wall. You see, it is not that difficult to hit the ball from the walls like that, maybe just to center it, but Berko got that top corner. It is just even more difficult to make the save, and we're seeing a lot of defensive mistakes coming from Insidious.
Yeah, as we see...
And who knows, maybe we're gonna even see a Brazil right there.
Yeah, definitely. Karnos are really going to try and keep on this pressure, but AXR not allowing them to do so. Insidious really want to capitalize on this. They want to score more goals. They do not want to go down this badly. 5 goals to 1, and it still looks like there could be more coming the way of Karnos eSports. But with that being said, a demo coming out, and it's stopping the play developing, but this is where it's risky, and he's going to look for a little bit of a flick, instead goes for a block, doesn't quite get the ball onto the roof of his car like he'd hope, and Kelos trying to get this game to 6-1, and they are pressuring this goal at the moment.
Especially that 1-goal lead they had. I mean, in the beginning it was 2v3, so obviously gonna be expecting, yeah, so it just 2 players were able to score against 3 players, so that maybe they just maybe they figured out what was maybe missing in game 1, but still now it just, as soon as the third come up, you would expect them to be maybe holding on the lead, or just maybe even extending it, because it would definitely be helping them maybe with the mindset. But no, it just Karnos eSports just changing this and just turning it basically upside down.
Yeah, they really are. As the flip reset comes through for Burko, and Harrigan's going to look to turn and pressure this early, trying to get the second touch, but can't find a good one on that, as Harrigan follows up the backflip touch from Burko, gets a good center pass, and Kelos looking to counter AXR's play. Burko is going to look to pass to Harrigan. Harrigan's going to get it center again to Kelos, and this team plays coming out from this team is just sublime, as a shot goes towards target but doesn't find the goal, and we'll see 6-1 going the way of Karnos eSports, and they took the third game in dominant fashion there.
Well, that was a terrible loss for Insidious. I mean, they were down by 5 goals against Karnos. Now, I'm not really sure how is this gonna be, how this gonna be affecting Game 4, which is gonna be really important. At least if they get a win, it would be at least a tie series, just like how maybe I predicted at the beginning of the series. But who knows what's gonna happen? I mean, it is a really difficult way to lose like this. It's definitely gonna leave a bad taste in your mouth just moving to run for, but still, you really want to give it your best shot right now. I mean, they showed a lot of potentials, but still, just in game 3, they looked all over the place. A lot of open nets, which you really don't expect to happen, especially in this high-level gameplay.
Yeah, you really don't. We saw a lot of triple commits and a few double commits, sorry, but a lot of triple commits, something you just really do not expect to see, especially at the really high ranks, the top ranks, shall we say. And it's unfortunate. Insidious definitely will look at picking up the pace this game. They know they have the opportunity to get a draw now, but for this Karnos esports team, they're really in the clear. They know they've either got a victory or a draw, so they're going to be playing a lot more comfortably than Insidious are at the moment, as AXR tries to start early with an attempted redirect, but not finding the target, as it's cut out so fast by a great defense on Karnos esports.
We're seeing early shots coming from Insidious so far. Now Kodro. That's gonna be causing a double commit. Once again, just maybe those mistakes. Maybe they're just showing up from game 1, but still, like I mentioned, even though they had maybe just a couple of mistakes, they still looked even more collected than Insidious. They barely have any of those maybe triple commits where it's just always having open net goals against them. Now Kuelo's trying to find control. Barely any boost remaining, yet he still managed to win the 50, but Kodro is there to stop the ball. He's working on the transition, almost got the double tap, just he wishes he was maybe a bit higher, just maybe the boost wasn't really there. It's gonna be AXR in the corner. Oh, Berko.
Yeah, Burko
really
tries to get
touching.
past it. Great shot from
angle.
Harrigan there. Absolutely incredible angle, like you say. Flipping upside down just to try and get his car underneath the ball, getting a perfectly executed flip and just getting the ball to creep inside the inside post there. Unbelievable shot there.
Berko literally just beat 2 defenders. The first it was a flick right over the head, and then with a quick follow, and then just made the ball to be bouncing off the corner. And there was Harrigan with a tight angle. That was a beautiful team play. Maybe a mix of solo and team play. That's gonna be 1 on the board for Karnos eSports. Now Berko finding the ball. Just very
unbelievable.
Once again, just these passes, they're just very hard to defend. It's just, once again, they're seeming to be having some kind of double commit issues. Once again, maybe they didn't necessarily go for the ball, but still, they just like the way they were positioning the ball, just maybe not really trusting each other's in the defense anymore.
Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable. The shots coming out from Burko are just tearing apart this Insidious team, as he just looks like he's playing for fun now, throwing in a few twists, a few turns, getting a little bit of a freestyle in there and finding the top of the goal perfectly. And Burko is just running rings around this Insidious team now.
Now it is 3 goals lead for Karnos, and they're still looking for more. And basically, they've been way too comfortable to the point they're just free stalling at this point.
Yeah, as we see Insidious trying to get a goal back, and they finally manage it as P-Poon follows up the shot here by Kodro. Kodro trying to get it under the goal, but Burko with an insane save. But the follow-up is just too high for anybody to save on the side of Karnos eSports, and Insidious bring back a goal.
Hurricane, he was too deep inside of his own net, trying to get that upside down save. Just once again, they're looking way too comfortable, but who knows? I mean, there's still plenty of time remaining. Now it is just 2 goals difference. It is still very possible for them to tie up the game and just maybe even steal the lead that Karnos eSports are having right now.
Yeah, and Karnos eSports just really look like they're playing for fun now. They look so... They just look like they were suffering little pressure, as I was going to say, as the second goal comes through. And again, P-Poon just breaking down Kelos there. Kelos slow on the recovery. No half flip from him. Not really looking to get back in time as P-Poon takes another goal and 3-2 in what looked like was going to be a complete shutout by this Karnos eSports team.
Insidious aren't really giving up. Now here comes a shot from Kelos, almost found that top corner. Now Harrigan. Another challenge, but Kelos ending up getting a demo instead of hitting the ball. Now Berko almost found that double tap, and here goes Harrigan with a touch. It's not gonna be then. Also Kelos. Every shot seemed to be bouncing either off the backboard or just maybe crossbar.
Yeah, Berko clearing it far as well. And AXR in the defense to try and stop it, and P-Poon forced for another block as Harrigan goes for a ceiling shot, instead turns into a pass off of the backboard, but nobody following it. Berko tries to, and Kelos is going to look for another ceiling shot here potentially, or even a pass through to Berkos, who is reading that. That's almost a phenomenal team play right there from this Karnos eSports team, and they really are playing and just having fun at the moment.
It is just 1 goal difference right now. I mean, they're showing maybe some potentials. They're still not giving up. They're having this ability to capitalize and punish for their mistakes. But here we go, just Berko pushing this to be 2 goals difference one more time. And now it is just 1 minute, 17 seconds left only, which is basically even harder right now to actually tie up the game. Just maybe send it to an overtime.
Yeah, Insidious will definitely be hoping for the overtime, but I think at this point, Berko is just destroying them. And as I say that, Berko again, 4 goals this game. He is relentless on this offense.
In every game, we'll get to say Berko a lot. This guy has been showing up. I haven't really seen him. I have only heard of Harugen and Quello, so this is a really good impression, obviously, coming from Berko.
Yeah, and Kel just pushing that over into the corner of Insidious here. AXB needs to get a clear, but instead Berko's following up again from a good Kelos pass. And now P-Poon has the opportunity to pull back another goal. Great little pop over the first defender, but cannot beat out any of the final 2 remaining. And Berko is going to look for a little bit of a solo play, and it's a good little air dribble, and he's got the opportunity to take it as well, but can't find the target as Harrigan with a slow follow-up gets a good 50 just to stop the 3rd goal coming their way. But Berko is going to look for another ceiling shot potentially, but this time cut out by P-Poon as Kelos finds the goal. 6-2, 30 seconds remaining, and this game is finished now.
Now for Insidious, they just really need to stop them from scoring, otherwise they're going to keep bleeding out in their last 31 seconds.
Yeah, as the clock ticks down, Harrigan forcing it again into the corner of Insidious, not really willing to push up anymore. They're happy with the 6 goals that they've got now, and they'll just look to take a few more freestyle plays, almost just have a little bit of fun as Kelos goes for the musty flick pass off onto the backboard, doesn't find any contact with the ball, and as the clock hits 1, the ball will touch the ground, and Karnos eSports dominate with a 3-1 victory. And that's 2 3-1 victories we saw today. The first one from Kulenovići, and this one now from Karnos eSports. Both teams actually having a game taken off of them.
like I said, it could have gone either ways, but for Karnos eSports, they have been looking really solid. I mean, even in their ways where they're trying to freestyle and just having fun, they still looked very dominant, so they're just still very hard to actually beat. So Karnos, I think it is very hard to not to become a fan after what we have seen, obviously.
Yeah, and as that comes to an end, I'm going to say a very quick goodbye. Unfortunately, I'm needed over to cast another set of matches. A long day ahead for myself. So I just want to say a huge thank you to casting alongside me today, Rydro. It's been absolutely lovely. And thank you, Sleeps, for the production on that. Absolutely wonderful as well. I'll leave you guys to do a little bit of talking just to the outro, but thank you so much again, and I definitely hope to do this again soon with both of you.
I really can't wait to also be casting with you as well, Kelsing. I think you did amazing job, obviously casting, and also for you, Sleeps, and also the production team. Everything just they did a really good job at this. And once again, thank you guys so much for allowing me to cast once again. This was the second time, and I really can't wait to do it even more, and just maybe even full time with you guys. This has been a really nice experience. I really can't wait to do more of this. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Maybe don't forget to join our Discord. Maybe just you can find the panels and also follow Liga Raketa for more news of the Rocket Championship Season 4 to be specific. And our next sim are gonna be, I believe it's gonna be in Sunday. So yeah, maybe I'll also be casting once again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day. And I'll see you guys later.
This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces.